All right. We are back with Coach Scott Nagy for our post-game interview presented by Sam C. Mitchell and Associates. And, Coach, me and Rodney were just talking about the play that kind of changed the complexion of that first half. Damian Mayo getting a loose ball, Isaiah Stafford diving on it, taking the timeout. How important are plays like that over the course of a game, over the course of a season?
Well, you saw what it did for our team. You know, we were a little bit flat, and I was concerned about it. You know, because I thought we'd play well. You get the second game, you know, trying to convince the guys that this will be a challenge. All those things, I had some concern about it, and we were a little flat, and that got us going. You know, and it's just who we want to be. It's who we want to be, and you know, I thought it was great that our bench celebrated that. It got everybody going.
Coach, Davion Sykes was terrific. He's going to come out and talk to us. 16 minutes, 21 on the plus-minus chart. He was a stat stuffer tonight. He had 14 points, 7 of 8. But defensively, I again, with that play, Mayo's play, but Sykes I thought was just an active body all night. What are you seeing out of him in practice recently?
He's doing – one of the best things a player can do is understand who he is and then play to those strengths and not try to do things you can't do. And I feel like that's what he's really starting to do. He's such a good ball handler. He's such a good athlete. And he should be a dominant defender and rebounder. And you know, even at Texas State, he shot over 50%. People say, well, he's not a great shooter. If he's shooting 50%, to me, he's a great shooter. That's what I want. I want guys that shoot a high percentage. And so he does that. And he gets easy shots. He's a matchup nightmare, I think, for other teams. Even if they feel like he can't shoot, he can put the ball on the floor and go after people. And then he handles the ball on the open floor, which is a problem for people.
How about Mayo? He continues just to lift your team up.
Yep.
But his unselfishness was so important tonight. Both halves, but he's a guy who's willing to not take or go after a bucket and find an open end. He found Weber late for a dunk on a bounce pass where he could have got the free throw line. Kind of speak to these young kids listening to this broadcast how important it is to give yourself up for the good of the team.
Yeah, and I said this last time. It's hard for me not to start him just because of what he does for our team. But in terms of our substitution patterns, it makes more sense for us. He accepted that. Even though that's not what he really wants. I know that. Everybody wants to start. But he just does, I've always said this, he's our most valuable player. And we get to bring him off the bench, and everybody trusts him, everybody loves him, everybody counts on him for a lot of things, not just on the floor, but off the floor too.
Defensively, it seemed like not only did things change because of that loose ball, but Carmelo Branch was lighting it up, number 0 for them with those 3 threes in the opening minutes. What did you guys do defensively against him kind of from that 10-minute mark in the first half onward that slowed him down a little?
Well, he took 12 shots the last game. 11 of them were threes, and we knew that. And we made, early we made a mistake and went under a ball screen on him, and he hits one. And now he sees it go in. Now it almost doesn't matter what you do. And so then he throws in a couple more, and we were not good defensively early, and I was not happy about it. But there, probably about the last 5 minutes of the second half, they really had a hard time scoring. We had them under 1 point. Or we had them right at 1 point per possession at halftime, I think 34. They ended up, I think it was 77 possessions, 78 points. We're really trying to get them. And I'm trying to explain to our players, the net is built on all this stuff now. The points per possession defensively, points per possession offensively, how much you win by. And so all these possessions count. They didn't used to count. You're up 25. These possessions count. They're important. And trying to explain that to players is hard because the human nature is you're up 25, you just relax and you don't do what you're normally supposed to do, and then I lose my mind, and then everybody's mad at me and I'm mad at everybody. But it's important now. It's every possession counts in terms of the OER and DER, the efficiency ratings.
With the defense, we talked before McKendree about defense taking a step forward. I know you were happier with it after McKendree. Where are you at on the defense after tonight?
We had some really great stretches, but we were not good early. We got to get a better start, and that will help us offensively. Because anytime we're good defensively, we're going to be good offensively because we just get it and go and get after people. And then, late we just weren't very good. We were too lax. They just put their heads down, and it's where my teams have struggled. If they're trying to run our stuff, we get it guarded. What happens is we get them out of their stuff, and then those kids just put their heads down and drive at us, and we've got to quit fouling. and we've got to be able to take them on. And when they spin, we need somebody there to help. And we were just a little too lax, I thought, there late.
And lastly, 5 straight games on the road. I know it's not just one straight trip, but how important is it to go into that with a little bit of a good taste in your mouth?
It's good, and we want the word to spread that this is a fun team to watch, and they're going to play hard and be somebody our fans can be proud of. But average teams can win at home. Good teams win on the road in tough spots, and when the travel's tough. It's with the government shutdown. We're trying to figure out, can we get to Nevada? I mean, there's a lot of things for us to think about. Come back from Nevada, sit for a day, and then fly to North Dakota State. I mean, these are not easy trips, and it's going to take. The nice thing is we have a deep team, and I was able to sub a lot of guys early, and those guys really picked our team up and got us going. So, but the road is where you prove how good you are.
Well, Coach, we'll find out a little bit then, but I think we learned a little bit tonight. This offense is something else. Coach, as always, appreciate the time, and congrats on the win.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Post-game coaches interviews brought to you by the partners of Sam C. Mitchell Law, Lance Brown and Matthew Caraway, cheering and fighting for Southern Illinois.